Good day everyone. I am Latijan J. Himodo, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So for today's video, I am going to discuss about designing effective projected materials. So here are the outline topics to be learned. Designing effective projected materials, how to illustrate their uses, computer-generated slides using text, and how to make computer slide software. Designing effective projected materials, poorly developed projected visuals distract your audience's attention from what is important, your presentation and your message. So designing effective projected materials are the projected visuals that are very effective in variety of settings when paired with recorded or on-the-spot annotation. So by using computer-generated visuals, we have to minimize words, illustrations, audio, video, graphics, and photographs need a purpose. Use the correct image size. Take into account the presentation location. So minimize words. By minimizing words, it detracts from your message, your confidence, and your credentials. So illustrations, audio, video, graphics, and photographs need a purpose. So these are the things that must needed to organize, because we don't need to use these things if the audience's comprehension are not as satisfied on what you had shared with them. So it is important to keep it organized first before to use it. So use the correct image size. So when we have photographs or other projected presentations, we have to use the correct image size to give the right label of our images and provides cleanliness of the level size. So take into account the presentation location. This method is simply clarify on what should we gonna do to have a proper quality on how to adjust our slides that must be fit to the conditions of the room. So using text. By using text on computer-generated slides, it may help audiences to read thoroughly the information we actually paste on our presentation and gives a narrow thinking process of the audiences. So these are the suggestions to follow. First, follow the rule of 6, limiting words and lines. So use 4 to 6 lines of text per line or 4 to 6 words per line. Instead of sentences, utilize single words or phrases. So keep the syntax simple, remembering the people's capability of reading. So syntax may be able to help readers making sense of sentences and can create various effects that gives literary meaning. So choose color wisely. So choosing color wisely can improve our ability to give a proper way on how to label our works, be creative and effective. So when we choose color wisely, we have to deal with what letter colors to use and letter colors to avoid. So text size, title, body, and subheadings. So text size have ranges, which is the titles denotes with 28 to 48 points, the body 24 to 32 points, and the subheadings 20 points or higher. So typeface, using sans serif fonts. So typeface is important for us to choose beautiful fonts that could provide a clear balance to any tone of a different literary. So italics, italicized words. So italics can provide attention to a specific part of a text. So uppercase and lowercase, using combination of lowercase and uppercase letters. To differentiate letters that are capitalized and mostly important to understand on how they attach to each other. So special effects. Special effects have a purpose in making software. It organizes the levels of effects that could give a specific method in finding exact scenes in terms of effective slides. So first, sound effects. Sound effects can make a serious presentation seem ridiculous when it is not suspicious to be. Reveals and transitions can give us many choices of text reveals and transitions. So reveals and transitions, especially if we are wanted to choose any of the text reveals and transitions that must be comfortable for us to need it or to use it. So backgrounds templates. Backgrounds templates can enhance content, can choose backgrounds, and can create our own background using programs. So the only role of the background template is to make sure people can read the text and see the images against the backgrounds. So in order for us to make a successful and a better presentation, we have to deal with all of the steps or a good signs in making slides that must be fit to our way of having a successful task. Designing effective projected materials, their parts, by using text, tips to use it, and mostly the special effects. These are the still projected instructional materials that could lead us to make much better experience in behalf of our immune things in terms of finding and creating the best presentation we need. So, thank you for listening, and I hope you find my presentation entertaining and educational, and hoping you could also apply all the tips that I have discussed when you're making a presentation.